The Crunchyroll Awards are back for 2024, this time covering fall 2022 to summer 2023, because that makes sense. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through every award category, look at all the nominees, who I would pick for the one that I think deserves it the most, and who I think will get it. Obviously, there are judges that pick all of these categories individually, but there also is the fan vote. First up is Best Continuing Series. The nominees are Attack on Titan, the final season, the final chapters, Part 1, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Spy Family, Part 2 of Season 1, Demon Slayer, the Swordsmith Village arc, One Piece, and Vinland Saga Season 2. Now, this is not Attack on Titan Season whatever, final part, or the final chapters, Part 2, even though that came out a month ago. And this is not Spy Family Season 2. It is Season 1, Part 2, and Attack on Titan Part 1. And that confuses a lot of people, and what that's going to cause is people are going to vote based on those new things, which isn't good in my eyes, but it is what it is. And in terms of this award here, I'd personally give it to Attack on Titan, but I think the winner is going to be One Piece. The whole stuff with Gear 5 Luffy, I think that's going to win over a lot of fans, and I think that's going to be who wins that series. The next category up is Best New Series. This includes Oshinoko, Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise, Bocchi the Rock, Heavenly Delusion, and Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. So this one is our first one. We're going to have to talk about Bocchi the Rock. Bocchi the Rock came out in fall of 2022, and it probably would have won a lot of awards if it was able to be eligible for that, but it is not, so it is here now. In terms of Best New Series, I think there's two frontrunners here, and we're going to kind of be mentioning them a lot, and those are Oshinoko and Bocchi the Rock, with an outside chance that I think some of these could go to Chainsaw Man. I think in this one, though, I think Bocchi the Rock's got it. And I'll talk more about this as we go on, but I think Bocchi the Rock, a lot of people still are talking about Bocchi the Rock, even though it's been a year later. And Chainsaw Man and Oshinoko are great shows, and I think Oshinoko's got a real good shot of beating it, but nothing has been talked about like Bocchi the Rock, so I'm going to give it to Bocchi the Rock. I think it will win, and I think it should win. Best Film. This is a tough one because I think there's a lot you didn't include here that should have won. So we have Black Clover, not should have won. Should have been nominated, probably wouldn't have won though. But we have Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King, Kaguya-sama, Love is War, The First Kiss That Never Ends, Suzume, Blue Giant, Psycho-Pass Providence, and The First Slam Dunk. So with this category, we're kind of missing a lot. We had the two films that came out with one another, that they're kind of alternate storylines, but they work together, and they tell a different story depending on which one you watch first. Neither one of them are nominated. I think both of them could have been nominated. You don't have Tunnel to Summer, which I think obviously should have been nominated. You don't have the Lonely Castle in the Mirror, which I think is one of the best ones of this year. I think The First Slam Dunk is a good nominee. I think it deserves to be here. I don't know what Blue Giant, and I don't know what Psycho-Pass is. I don't know if there should be big things that I just don't remember or don't know about, but I've never heard anybody talk about these two. I didn't know a new Black Clover movie came out, unless that was last year, but I don't know. So I think there's two frontrunners here, and I think that's Kaguya-sama and Suzume. I think Suzume's going to win it, just based on the fact that it's a really big movie. It was kind of praised quite a bit. I know you have the people that say, oh, it's just Your Name Part 3. I don't agree with that. I want to make a video on that, but I don't agree with that at all. And I think most people are going to realize that. Because in terms of a good movie, Suzume beats out Kaguya-sama. Nobody's going to disagree with that. Nobody with any kind of critical knowledge is gonna disagree with that. So my vote would go to Suzume, and the one that I think will win is Suzume. Best original anime. These are anime that do not have any source material. So no light novel, no manga. So the nominees are Akiba, I can't pronounce that very well, Maid War, Buddy Daddies, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, The Marginal Service, Do It Yourself, and Birdie Wing, Golf Girls Story Season 2. Now, I want you to remember a few of these because they'll come up, but not in the way you think. So, in these, I think Mobile Suit Gundam is going to win simply because it was a massive anime when that came out. So many people were talking about it. Do It Yourself is a great anime. It's not going to win this award. It's not going to win it. And Birdie Wing, I've heard a lot of great things, but once again, it's not going to win this award. So, Mobile Suit Gundam, thank you for existing because your competition here was not great. Last year, this was a great category. You had Licorice Recoil and Cyberpunk going at it, but you don't have that this year. Next category is Best Animation. We have Attack on Titan, once again. I'm not going to read off the whole final season, final chapters, part 1 every time now. Demon Slayer, Mob Psycho 100, 3, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Trigun Stampede. In terms of best animation, I think this is actually a two-man race, and it's not Attack on Titan. I think Attack on Titan has some great animation from this part, but I think there's two that probably have a little bit better, and that is Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer. And I think Chainsaw Man will probably end up winning this one, because a lot of the clips I've seen from that probably deserve it. Now, I'm not seeing anything from Jujutsu Kaisen. I've been trying to stay quite blind on that series because I want to get into that series pretty soon. So, if there's anything great from that has great animation, maybe I'm missing that, but I don't know. Also, there is 3 MAPPA nominations here. I hope if they win, the animators get the award and not the people forcing them to work shifts that are way too much. That's all I'll say. Best character design: Oshinoko, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise, and Trigun Stampede. Now this award is very confusing to me because in terms of Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, your main characters were already designed. So unless you're considering new outfits, they already exist. And that's it's not to say the characters from like Oshinoko didn't exist. There's a manga about it. But this is the first time they've been animated. So it's different. Chainsaw Man, first time they've been animated. So for me, it's kind of unfair to give it to series like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen. We've already seen Nezuko animated. We've already seen all these characters from Jujutsu Kaisen animated. Obviously, there's new characters coming in, but I don't know. I'm going to give it to Chainsaw Man. A lot of the characters from that look really cool. Oshinoko has a chance because of but I think I'm going to give it to Chainsaw Man. Really good character design on that. Best Director. I'm not going to try to pronounce any of these names because I would pronounce them incorrectly, which is not... I don't want to do any of that. So I'm just going to say the anime name. Oshinoko, Bocchi the Rock, Jujutsu Kaisen, Heavenly Delusion, Chainsaw Man, and Attack on Titan. Now, I'm going to give this 2 frontrunners. And that is Oshinoko and Bocchi the Rock. And let me explain why. So, Bocchi the Rock had this difficult task of taking a series that is a very basic manga. And I don't want to say very basic, but whenever you're adapting a series that is focused on songs, none of those songs exist. You can't sing songs in a manga. So all those songs has to be created. all the performances have to be created somewhat. Now they kind of exist, but you have to bring them to life. And the same can be said for Ocean no Ko. You really have to make those performances come to life. You have to make a character like Ai really shine, because if she doesn't, then those moments that we have to witness with Ai don't pay off as much. And these two series did that phenomenally. So, yes, all these other ones are great, and they were great moments, but these two did a difficult task, and they did it perfectly. I am fine with either one of these winning, but I'm gonna give it to Bocchi the Rock barely. And my reasoning is because if it was just the first part, the first episode of season 1 for Ocean no Ko, Ocean no Ko's got it. Now there's some great scenes later in the series. The Akane stuff is really good. Bocchi the Rock was great all the way through. The comedy is great. It's so well done. It's the faces are great, which I know that's coming a lot from it's more character design, it's more the original source material, but still that has to be shown here. Directing has to give the performances out of these actors. So I think Bocchi the Rock did great there. The director kind of has to sum all this up, and I think in terms of that, Bocchi the Rock is a more well-produced little package. Best cinematography. Now this is a different story, and there's some ones that I think could have been here, but I'm not going to get into that. Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Heavenly Delusion, and Vinland Saga. To me, cinematography-wise, this one's easy. It's Attack on Titan. That first 5 minutes of Attack on Titan, the final season part 1, final chapters part 1, that is just one of the greatest moments in the whole series. I think it's a heart-wrenching scene to see all this happening with the rumbling, and then obviously the stuff with Hanji towards the end is great as well. So in terms of cinematography, no question for me. The next one here is Best Art Direction, and this one's kind of interesting to me. So we have Ocean no Ko, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise, and Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Now, to me, there's one series that stands out here in terms of art direction. So to me, art direction means what series really captured the feel of that, the art. The art looks really good. I'm going to read the thing actually. Art direction involves all things visual to create the look and feel of an anime. Color design and animation style are only some of the considerations, as the tiniest details must be kept in mind so the show feels like a cohesive and distinct work of art. There's one show here that every time I saw a clip from this, every time I saw a picture of this, whenever they had displays at Anime NYC, I knew what it was before I even saw a sign. And that's Zom 100. This show, the colors in it just look great. It reminds me of Cyberpunk from last year. It just really stands out as a great looking series. So, yeah, I think in terms of animation and everything like that, Ocean no Ko and Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer probably are a little bit better, but I think Zom 100, I would give it to that. Best Romance. Now, this is an interesting one. Horimiya, The Missing Pieces, My Happy Marriage, Skip and Loafer, Tomo-chan is a Girl, My Love Story with Yamana-kun at level 999, and Insomniacs After School. So, no, the angel that spoils me, the angel next door spoils me rotten, and no, another series that I'm not going to name yet because we're going to get into that. We're going to wait until the end, but we're going to get into that because there's one anime that was not here at all, and we're going to talk about that. But in terms of these that are here, I think My Happy Marriage I think that's probably the front runner. But Insomniacs After School would probably be my pick. Maybe. I don't think Tomo-chan is a girl, really. I don't think it deserves to be here. I think it's a good show, but not... it. In terms of romance, no. But that's just me. So I'm going to give it to My Happy Marriage. Even though I haven't seen it, everything I've seen from it looks great. So I'm going to give it to that. For what I think should win and what I think will win. Best Comedy. Bocchi the Rock, Mashle, Magic and Muscles, Urusei Yatsura, Buddy Daddies, Spy Family, Season 1, Part 2, Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Now, this one is tough because I think Buddy Daddies is a great show, and I think it should be nominated for something else that we'll get into. But once again, Bocchi the Rock dominates here. There's just no question. The comedy's great. There are multiple moments in that series that just made me die laughing, and I can't argue with that. Best Action. This one is a tough one because we'll get into that. But Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Demon Slayer, and Bleach: The Thousand-Year Blood War. I am going to give this to Chainsaw Man because every clip of action that I have seen from this series looks amazing. It looks incredible. And I can't argue with that. Now, I've not watched One Piece as well, but the stuff I have seen from One Piece, especially with the Gear 5 Luffy stuff, also looks great. So, and the Attack on Titan stuff, if it was part 2, Attack on Titan every day. That final sequence with Levi, Mikasa, and Armin with the Colossal Titan, it's great. Would deserve to be here. But it's not, because Crunchyroll doesn't know how to count months. So I'm going to give it to Chainsaw Man. I think it deserves to win, and I think it will win. Demon Slayer, close second. One Piece, close third. Best Fantasy. Demon Slayer, Hell's Paradise, Mashle, Mushoku Tensei, Ranking of Kings, and The Ancient Magnus Bride Season 2. Personally, I'm going to give it to Demon Slayer, but I think Mushoku Tensei could win a lot of fan votes and could be a outside spoiler threat here. But I think Demon Slayer's probably got it. When you see one like this, that they're nominated for Anime of the Year, and then they're nominated for a smaller category like this, they always win, unfortunately. Best Drama. Oshino Ko, Heavenly Delusion. To Your Eternity Season 2, Attack on Titan. My Happy Marriage, Vinland Saga, Season 2. Now, as a drama, Oshino Ko. No question. Some of the scenes in that, especially with Akane later on, some of the Kana stuff, those are perfect drama scenes. They're really deep and impactful, and they work so well as a drama. So, out of these, Oshino Ko. No question. Now, Slice of Life. This is an interesting one. So, I have some thoughts. I have thoughts. Now, obviously, Slice of Life is my favorite genre. I love Slice of Life. Slice of Life is my go-to anime genre. And I don't know what these nominations are. These are the worst Slice of Life nominations that I have seen. So we got two really good ones, Bocchi the Rock and Do It Yourself. Bocchi the Rock's going to win this award, and it absolutely should. Now, Horimiya, The Missing Pieces, that's a romance. It's got Slice of Life elements in it, but it's a romance. Insomniacs After School, that's a romance. My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999. That's a romance. Skip and Loafer. That's a romance. Let me discuss some of the series that are missing here. Buddy Daddies. Onimai, which I know Crunchyroll's not going to give Onimai anything. They're not going to give him the time of day. So that wasn't going to get anything. But we're left with 4 romance animes trying to pass off as slice of life. And if you're going to say, oh, we need slice of life, then why not have a series like the Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten? That's an anime that kind of fits both. Because Insomniacs After School is closer to a drama than it is a slice of life. Yeah, there's slice of life elements in it, but that's a lot of drama. It's a heavy-hitting anime. The Angel Next Door That Spoils Me Rotten is not. It's a very cozy anime. This is a awful nominee tier list. I'm sorry. I don't agree with none of these. 4 of these wouldn't even make my list. Do It Yourself is great, and it probably would make my top 6, but it's not going to win. And even if it did, even if you had Bocchi the Rock in last year's award, where it should have been, and you had this year, number 1, where's Spy Family? That's more of a slice of life than any of these 4 at the bottom. So, I don't know. This is awful. This.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Moving on before I lose it, because we're going to talk about something else I'm going to lose it over. I'm going to rant about that at the end. Not right now, though. Best main character. Rant about something else. Denji from Chainsaw Man. Bocchi from Bocchi the Rock. Shigeo, I'm hoping I'm saying his character name right, from Mob Psycho. Eren Yeager, Monkey D. Luffy. And Thorfinn. Thorfinn is from Vinland Saga. Luffy is from One Piece. I figure you know them. But why is Eren here? Eren in part 1 has some really good scenes. Yeah. He's got the scene with the young boy that he knows can't understand him. And he's got the freedom scene. He's got the scene in the past where he says like one line. But he's got like 10, no, he ain't got 10 minutes. He has got about 2 minutes of speaking time in this whole part. Why is he here? Tanjiro fits this better, but he's not here. I'm not saying Tanjiro should be here. I think there's much, much better characters that deserve to be here over Eren. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like sometimes with these awards, they give it to characters that are well known so that they're go to it. And I know a lot of times, like with the Oscars, we say nobody knows any of these movies. Everybody knows these anime, and it's not making people go out and watch new stuff. It's just, oh yeah, I know who Eren is. Yeah, I love Eren. Eren's a great character in part 2. He's barely in part 1. Bocchi deserves this one, no doubt about it. I think Luffy has a outside chance, but I'm gonna give it to Bocchi. Bocchi deserves it. Best supporting character. Artaka? I'm gonna pronounce their name wrong. From Mob Psycho, Kana from Oshinoko, Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, Shigeru from Jujutsu Kaisen, Power from Chainsaw Man, and Hanji from Attack on Titan. So, I think Hanji should win this. I really like Hanji. Hanji's one of my favorite characters. I'm going to be a bit biased and say that I think Hanji should win it, but I think you could give this to, I think all these did good job. Prediction is that both characters from Jujutsu Kaisen will spoil it for each other, and neither of them are going to win this one. unfortunately. That's how it always happens whenever you have two from the same show. Uh, I kind of would give it to another character from Oshinoko. I'd give it to Akane. Well, not that I think she's a better character than Kana, but I think she's better in season one. Uh, I'm fine with Kana winning as long as we show the pepper scene at the awards. That's like whenever they say, and the winner is this, and then you just show the pepper scene in the background. If that happens, then I'm fine. Otherwise, Hanji must protect at all cost character. This is an interesting. It's just a fun category. We have Anya, Bochi, Puchita from Chainsaw Man, Boji from Ranking of Kings, Miri from Buddy Daddies, and Soletta Mercury from the Gundam series. Bochi. Bochi's great. Bochi's hilarious, and everybody must protect. It no question here. I like all of these characters. I think they're cool. I like that Miri is here. I think that's a good one that they put in. Could have been overlooked, but they didn't. Glad she's here. But I'm gonna give it to Bochi. Best anime song. So we have Idol from Oshinoko. We have the OP from Bocchi the Rock, the OP from Jujutsu Kaisen, the OP from Hell's Paradise, Suzume from Suzume, and the OP from Chainsaw Man. Now, it is simple. Idol sold more copies and was listened to more than any other anime song pretty much in history. Idol's winning this. I'm sorry. It's great. Everybody talked about this song for like a month. It's gonna win. Just be ready. I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore because it's pointless to talk about. Best score is a tough one. Though. We have Oshinoko, Bocchi the Rock, Demon Slayer, Suzume, Chainsaw Man, and Attack on Titan. Now, my question is do they include the OP and ED in this? It's not stated. They say it's whatever was music created for this, and in that case, Oshinoko again, because of the OP and ED. If it's not, Bocchi the Rock because of all of its insert songs. These other ones are great. I think Suzume is a weaker Radwimp's performance. I think it's got some great ones, but it's not Weathering with You and it's not Your Name level, in my opinion. Demon Slayer has that great insert song towards the end with Nezuko, but I think Bocchi the Rock gets it because those songs make it, and if the OP and ED are not counted, which I'm gonna assume they're not, then Bocchi the Rock. But if they are included, Oshinoko. Best opening sequence. We have Idol, once again, from Oshinoko, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, Zom 100, and Heavenly Delusion. Same as best song. Idol is a juggernaut. It is going to dominate all of these awards. And it should. It should. I'm not even gonna lie. It's really good OP. And it deserves these awards. Best ED though, we have Jujutsu Kaisen again, Zom 100, Demon Slayer, Spy Family, which I'm glad they included because that's a really good ED. Chainsaw Man, and Oshinoko. Now, I'm going to give it to Oshinoko because I really, really, really liked that ED. I probably like it better than the OP, to be honest, but it is what it is, and I think it deserves this award more than any of these others. I've listened to most of these. I don't really know why the Demon Slayer one's here. It's good, but they didn't include the OP, and I think the OP is a lot better than the ED. And I think there was a lot of EDs they skipped this year, but they don't know how to pick 6 slice of life series, so and they don't know how to tell dates either, so it is what it is. Best voice artist performance in Japanese. Now there's one crucial missed nominee here. that was snubbed so much that I have to talk about it, but I'll wait till we get to the English ones. We have Anya Forger. I'm not going to say any of these names, by the way, because I do not want to mispronounce them. We have Anya Forger from Spy Family. We have One Piece with Luffy. We have Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Eren, once again, he says like 5 lines, which is he's good at it, and he's great in part 2. Don't know why he's here for part 1. But we have Eren with Attack on Titan, Bochi from Bochi the Rock, and Denji from Chainsaw Man. I'm gonna be real quick to answer this one. So there's a part in Bochi the Rock where Bochi has like this spasm. The character, or the voice actress for that, says that she made that sound, or they say she made that sound. And if that's true, I assume it's true because nobody ever disproven it in where I saw. But if that's true, give her this award. Don't even let the other ones stop them at the door. And they did a great job. I don't want to discount any of them. Anya's great. Luffy, they're great. All these are great. But if she can make that noise, she deserves this award. I'm sorry. It's that simple. Best Voice Artist Performance in English. So we have Nezuko from Demon Slayer, Ichigo from Bleach, Sagari from Hell's Paradise, Millions Knives from Trigun Stampede, Tomo from Tomo-chan is a Girl, and Denji from Chainsaw Man. Now, I'm going to talk about one that we really missed out on nominating her for. So, the voice actress for Carol in Tomo-chan is a Girl actually did the voice for the English dub and the Japanese dub, which to me is insane. And I wish we could have shown that. I don't know how they could have nominated her for something to really show that off and to give her the recognition that she deserves, but I wish they would have, and unfortunately they didn't. And I think it's just salt in the wound that they nominated the English voice actress for Tomo-chan and not her. Not that Lexi did a bad job with Tomo. She did a great job, but I'm just meaning, unfortunately, we're missing out on what is a rare occurrence, probably because it's not a standout performance, but the fact she was able to do both is such a achievement in its own right, and I think it deserves to be recognized a little bit. As for the rest of these, I've not watched any of the dubs from these, so I'm not gonna try to act like I know, but I do really like Abby Trott's work, and I know she's done a great job as Nezuko, so I'm gonna vote for Abby Trott. Finally, we're into Anime of the Year. So we have Oshinoko, Bochi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Vinland Saga. This, to me, is a two-man race with a far-off wild card, could be the underdog that comes out from nowhere. And that is Oshinoko and Bochi the Rock, with the underdog being Chainsaw Man. I don't think Jujutsu Kaisen will get it, I don't think Vinland Saga will get it, and I don't think Demon Slayer will get it. I think Chainsaw Man has a small chance. If I had to give it like a percentage, I'd give the other 5 like 5%. This one like 20%. The rest of that split in half, and I think that's your answer. So I'd personally give it to Bochi the Rock because a year later, people still talk about Bochi the Rock. People want a Bochi the Rock sequel. Oshinoko is getting a sequel, and it feels like just everybody's like, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And to me, Oshinoko was great, and it is great, and it would deserve this award as much as Bochi the Rock. But at the same time, Bochi the Rock was something no one saw coming. Crunchyroll didn't see it coming because most of the time, Crunchyroll will give a dub to series they think is going to do really well, and that way they can release a Blu-ray of it. Well, they decided not to do that with Bochi the Rock. And what happened? It turned out really popular. They didn't have a dub ready, but they wanted a Blu-ray out so they could sell Blu-rays. So we have a Blu-ray that has no dub in it, which is a rare occurrence for Crunchyroll. So I think that speaks volumes. Now, before I go, what's an anime that's not on this list? An anime that is insanely popular because its second season is out right now. What is that anime? It was insanely popular in its season one, and it deserved some sort of recognition, especially in the romance department. And even, I think, could have been an outside threat for Anime of the Year. You thought of it? Yeah, it's Dangers in My Heart. Where is it at? Nothing. Nothing at all here. I was looking through stuff trying to find slice of life shows that I thought would be far better than this list we have here, which I could go into more, but I'm not going to. And then I found that. Nothing. Why? Why? The Dangers in My Heart is such a good show, and it got nothing. What a snub. What an absolute snub. This show was fantastic. Its first season was one of the best romance animes in the last year, no questions asked. And it's not here. But we have tons of them taking up slice of life shows and everything else. Its art style is great. I think it could have been an art style. I think it could have been in cinematography. I think it could have been in score. But it's not nominated for anything. So anyway, that'll do it for me. Once again, another year of the Crunchyroll Awards really not doing what it should. I think you really need to revamp this award ceremony in total. But I mean, Megan Thee Stallion is not going to know what thinking Bochi the Rock is, so that'll be entertaining at least. But anyway, I'll see you guys later with something else, something more slice of life that is not whatever this is.